Key. All right, welcome to week 4 of 12 of your Sun Salutation 108 series with VYP. For those that may be joining in that are new, my name is Collin. I am a Veterans Yoga Project yoga teacher with my 200-hour registered yoga training. Today's class, we're going to get right into it. Waste no time today talking, even though I'm talking right now. But today's class, we're doing 30 sun salutations. So that is we're really ramping it up. We're really building it up. We're building some heat up in the body. I invite you all to just have your mat today. Any gear that you may need in your personal practice. So those may be blocks, bolsters, blankets, books, a chair, a wall, whatever you need. Just go ahead and grab that now. And then one more thing we're going to add on today is water. So having some water in your body, we're really going to be cranking that heat up in the body, and just making sure that we're hydrated if we start getting thirsty is super, super important. All right, I'm going to make my way back to the mat. Let me just make sure I am all ready to go. And there's my little doggo right there. Dogs are always welcome in the Veterans Yoga Project classes, as long as they're not bothering you. So today we're going to start in a seated position. We're going to be not here too long. We're just going to ground ourselves, bring ourselves into our practice today, and really just bring that awareness into our mat as we build up into our sun salutation. So we're starting in a nice seated position, maybe having that blanket underneath the hips for a little bit of support. So raising the hips up to take a little bit of pressure off the knees and the hips there. The hands can be either down on the knees or facing up, whatever you prefer. Feeling the support of the ground or the mat underneath our hips. Maybe closing the eyes or having a soft gaze in front of you. Sitting nice and tall, imagining maybe there's a string attached to the back of your head, pulling the head up towards the sky. A slight bend in the chin. Shoulders drop away from the ears as you relax the body, coming into the present moment and your space. I invite you to begin to bring your awareness into your surroundings of the space that you are occupying during this yoga practice, whether you're in a studio, at home, maybe in your living room, and you've got kids running around behind you. Just acknowledge the space that you're in, acknowledge the noises, and just know that they're there. So nothing is a surprise to you. Myself, I have a dog. He's laying right in front of me right now. He should be quiet the whole time. However, sometimes when people walk by the house, or my partner may walk into the house and he may start barking, or you may hear him whine because he gets excited. Just begin to bring that awareness to your space. Now bringing your awareness back to your breath. Begin to notice the inhales and exhales as they travel through your body. Noticing the inhales as it travels through the nose, down the throat, into the lungs, expanding the belly and the diaphragm. And as you exhale slowly back through your nose, following the breath as it travels out of your lungs, up through the throat, and back out through the nostrils. Checking in with your body and where your mind is at today. Setting an intention for your practice today. An intention that you wish to follow and practice throughout tonight's yoga practice. An example is listening to my body and what it needs. On your next inhale, allow the belly to relax as you breathe deeply into the belly, letting the belly expand, filling the belly, then filling the ribs, filling the chest. And as you exhale, almost like you're deflating a balloon, allow the breath to travel again, starting at the chest, the ribs, then lastly the belly. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, deep belly breath through the nose, ribs, chest. Exhaling back through the nose, chest, ribs, belly. Last breath on your own, belly, ribs, chest. Slowly and gently exhale through the nose, letting go of the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Taking a moment here for stillness before we begin our movement portion of our class. And instead of sitting this practice, because we're going to be standing and moving our hips a lot, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and meet me in a standing position. However that looks like for you, if you want to go through some kind of flow, if you want to come in the tabletop, down dog, and then work your way up. I'm just going to stand right up, face you. Palms are going to come down on my side. I'm going to rock my heels and toes back and forth. Do that a couple more times. I'm just going to flick a light off because I have a background glare. All right. So we're going to start with some neck rolls here. So our neck rolls, we're going to drop the left ear down to the left shoulder. Take a breath here and then drop chin to chest. As you rotate to the right ear to right shoulder. Exhaling, chin to chest as you roll the neck out over to the left. Inhaling, back over to the left ear to left shoulder. And one more time, inhale as you drop the chin towards the chest. Exhaling, right ear to right shoulder. And then going at your own pace here, if you would like to do full circles, that's in your practice. Now is the time to do so. See if you can align your breath with your circles. So maybe exhaling as your chin drops to your chest, inhaling as it goes to the left, exhaling as it goes back to the right. And we're going to switch sides. So if you were going clockwise, go counterclockwise. If you're going left to right, maybe go right to left. We're warming up the neck here. And coming back to center, we're going to do our wrists next. So our wrists can come out either in front of us, maybe at our sides, whichever we prefer. I'm going to put my hands out in front of me, palms facing away from me, fingers towards the sky or the ceiling. And I'm just going to hold here for a second. And then I'm just going to slowly start rotating my wrist. I'm going to come a little closer to the camera if you can't see me. Just rotating the wrist inwards towards one another, keeping my arms straight. Remembering to breathe. And coming back to center with the fingers up towards the sky. I'm going to rotate and go the opposite way I was just going. So trying to keep the wrist in place as I rotate the wrist, maybe outwards this time. And we're warming up our wrists because we're going to be on them quite a bit tonight. And you'll see our practice kind of mimics this throughout the next couple of weeks. All right, so dropping that right arm down to your side, keeping that left arm up, fingers towards the sky, palm facing away from you, grabbing those left fingertips with your right hand, gently pulling the fingertips back. Remembering to breathe, and as you exhale, allowing the fingertips on the left side to drop down towards the ground. Your palm is now facing towards you, and gently pulling the fingers towards the body. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So right arm comes out in front of us with our palm facing away from us, fingers up towards the sky, gently pulling our fingertips towards our body. And on our exhale, allowing the wrists to rotate down. So now our fingers are down towards the ground, palm facing towards us as we gently pull that wrist towards our body, stretching out our front forearm. And coming back down, shake out the arms. We do some windmills or just rock from side to side. The blood flow, get back to the arms. All right, next thing, we're going to move into our hip circles. So our hands can come at our hips as we rotate our hips over to the left. So leaning on that left foot as we rotate that hip over to the left. And then we're going to rotate that hip back away from our center line. So now your butt is poking away from the body. And then you're just going to rotate back to the right, then to front, back to the left. Poke that butt out away from the body, the right, back to middle. Just do this at your own pace. Just warming up our hips. A little gentle warm up of the hips today. And go ahead and switch sides. So instead of going left, we're going to go right this time. So rotate that right hip out towards the right. Poke the butt away from the body. Over to the left and back to front. And as my intention goes, listening to my body and what my body needs tonight. Maybe listening to your body and what your body needs tonight. And coming back to the center, we're going to do one last thing. Military always taught us to warm up our shoulders. So we're gonna have our arms come out at a T, make a nice airplane or a tree. And then we're gently gonna rotate in little arm circles our arms forward. So I might come just a little closer so you can see me if you can't see. I'm just gonna rotate those arms forward, making little circles, and just gently begin to make those arm circles just a little bit bigger. We warm up those shoulders. Even bigger arm circles now. And as big as you can go, arm circles. And coming back, dropping the hands down to the side, shake the arms out. We're going to do one more where we rotate back. So arms come out at a T. This time, instead of rotating forward, we're going to rotate towards our back line or our back. So make a mini circle, arm circles here. Remembering to breathe. Make those arm circles a little bit bigger now. A little bit bigger. And your biggest arm circles going backwards. And dropping the arms down to the side. Shake your arms out. We're going to go ahead and move into the front of our mat here. So I'm going to go ahead and face my side body towards you. Coming to the front of the mat in our standing or our mountain pose or standing position. Palms can come down at our side. We're going to inhale. Arms are going to come up overhead. Reach through the fingertips. You're looking through your fingertips, imagining maybe you're holding a ball here. Exhale. We're going to bend at the waist. Lead with our heart as we forward fold. Slight bend in the knees here. And we're just going to rock from side to side. You can either let the arms hang low. You can grab the elbows like so and just rock from side to side. I always encourage this first forward fold that we're going to do to have a slight bend in the knees as you warm those hamstrings up. Inhale. We're going to halfway lift. So having the palms on the shins or the knees. We're going to have a nice flat back here. We're going to lead with our heart or our chest. Exhale. We're going to plant the hands down to the ground. We're going to lift our right foot and place that right foot behind us, keeping our left knee bent, dropping that right knee towards the ground. Inhale, lift the chest up towards the sky. Aligning our left knee over our left ankle. Arms can be up overhead or on our hips. If you need some extra support, you can always use those blocks for support. We're not going to be here for too much longer. On your next exhale, planting the right hand down on the inside of that left foot. Exhale, we're going to rotate. I'm going to switch sides so you guys can see me. I'm going to rotate my chest out towards the left while hugging my left hip in towards my midline. Exhale, plant the left hand back down towards the ground or your mat. Lift that right knee and then step the left foot back to meet the right in a plank pose. Exhale, we're going to lower our bodies down towards our mat, coming to almost a push-up position. And we're going to align the thumbs beside the nipples. Elbows can be in towards the body as we gently engage all the way through the feet, up through the calves, our hamstrings, our glutes, as we gently lift our chest up off the mat, our baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press through the hands, keeping those elbows tight to the body as we lift or press through the hands and lift our hips up towards the sky, pressing through our hamstrings, through our calves, through our heels, downward facing dog. Just hang out here for 3 breaths. Notice if you're leaning on the outsides of the hands, or pressing through all fingers. May feel like you are pressing on the insides of the index finger and thumbs. The head and neck are nice and loose. On your next inhale, identify that right foot, lift that right foot off the mat, and gently place that right foot in between the hands, dropping the left knee down to the mat. Inhale to rise up into our low lunge. Right knee aligns over right ankle. And almost like a pair of scissors here, we're pulling the legs together to really engage our hips. We're engaging our glutes here. On your next inhale, dropping that left hand down to the inside, that right foot. Exhale, opening the chest up to the right as you lift the arm towards the sky. If that's too much, you can always place your hand on your hip here and just open the shoulder to open up the chest, or you can place that hand on the right knee and just gently open in a twist. Your next exhale, plant that right hand back down onto your mat. Lift that left knee off the mat. Place that left foot back to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come onto our shins. Nice flat back here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing through all four corners of the feet as you bend the knees and rise with the hands coming above the head, reaching through the fingertips. Yeah, exhale, hands come through the heart center as they press together. All right, now we're nice and warmed up. We're going to move right into our sun salutations. I'm going to come to this side of the mat today. So today we have 30 sun salutations. As I'm talking here, if you would like, you can come into that nice mountain pose, feel yourself grounded as I talk through the next 30 sun salutations that we're going to do. So last week I talked a little bit about how I'm going to keep count. I did forget, I'm not perfect. I did forget to mention to bring items with you to class. We won't worry about that today. I will talk about that at the end of class today. I will not forget I wrote it down. But I have 5 rocks beside my mat for 5 rounds. In those 5 rounds, we're going to do 6 sun salutation version A, and I'm going to keep track of those for you all today. We're just going to get used to the flow a little bit longer, and then once we're used to it, as we go through this more, I'll start inviting you to bring your own little items that have significance to you. The first, I still am going to cue. I've been asked to cue throughout the entire 30, just for people that may lose track in their mind or just need that extra reminder. So you will hear me throughout the next 30 sun salutations. I will be saying inhale, arms overhead, exhale, forward fold, so on and so forth. If that doesn't align with your practice, just try to ignore me and go at your own pace. If at any reason you start to feel dizzy, you start to feel unbalanced, please sit down. Please come onto your back. Please go into that nice child's pose that we've practiced before. And then again, drink some water if you need it. We're going to do 6 sun salutations per round. All right, here we go. 30 sun salutations of our 12-week series. Our feet are nice and grounded underneath us. Our palms are facing forward as they're down at our sides. Leading with our chest here. All right, here we go. We're going to inhale, arms come up overhead, reaching to the fingertips. Exhale, bending at the waist, we're going to forward fold. Soften the knees if you need it. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come up onto the shins. And exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or walk the feet back into a plank as you lower yourself down to the mat. Inhale, come to that baby cobra that we practiced. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the hips. We're facing dog. Here. Next, exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come up onto your knees, or your shins, excuse me. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet. Rise as your arms come up overhead. Now we're just going to move right into the next one. Exhale, bending at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step, hop, or walk the feet back. Lower yourself down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Lifting the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the hips. Press to the heels, downward facing dog. Next, exhale, step or hop your feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet as you rise up. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We're moving right to the next one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step, hop, or walk the feet back. Lower your chest down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the chest. Pressing through the feet. Exhale, curl the toes. Press through the hands. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. And next, exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet as your arms rise up overhead. Hands come together as you exhale. Hands travel through the center of the heart. Just hang out here. If you lost your breath, that's okay. Take those nice inhales and exhales through the nose. We're just going to take a quick 3 breaths here. Maybe notice how the body is feeling right now as we're generating that heat. All right, inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or walk the feet back as you lower yourself down to the mat. Maybe the knees drop down first as you lower yourself too. Inhale, press through the feet, hands as you lift the chest, slight back bend. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, downward facing dog. Next, exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet on the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet as you rise up. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, we're moving right into the next one, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or walk the feet back as you lower the body down to the mat. Inhale, press to the feet, thighs, lifting the chest, pressing through the hands. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Next, exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet, slight bend of the knees as you rise up. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Moving right into that last one of this round. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or walk the feet back. You lower the body down towards your mat. Untuck the toes, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands as you lift the hips up towards the sky. Into downward facing dog. Go ahead and drop those knees down to the mat. As you let the hips drop towards your feet, coming in a nice child's pose. Allow yourself to relax here. That was your first round. I'm going to take 5 breaths here. Coming into that nice deep belly breath. Reminding yourself of your intention that you set for yourself on this practice. Slowing down. Giving gratitude for yourself for coming today and showing up for yourself to take care of yourself. Inhale, pressing through the feet, through the knees, through the shins as you come back up onto the hands and the knees. We're going to curl the toes, pressing through the hands. We're going to lift the hips up towards the sky, that downward dog. Exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing through the feet. As you rise up, arms come up over your head. Exhale, hands come together as they travel down the midline of the body. All right, that was 1 round of our 5 rounds. Notice how the body feels here. All right, here we go. Next round. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, exhale. Plant the hands, step, hopper, walk the feet back. You lower the body down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the chest, keeping those elbows in towards the body. As you exhale, press through the hands, lift the hips. Press heels, downward facing dog. And a down dog, remember, head can be nice and loose. Next, exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees as you press through the feet. Arms come up overhead. Moving right to the next one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down onto the mat. As you step, hop, or walk the feet back and lower your chest down to the mat. Maybe knees come down first. Inhale, baby cobra. Elbows towards the body. As you press through the hands, curl the toes. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Next, exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees, press through the feet, hands come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or walk, feet back as you lower the body down to the mat. Inhale, untuck the toes. As you press through, baby cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, press through the hands, hips rise, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet, arms come up overhead. Exhale, palms come together as they travel back down to the midline. Take 2 breaths here. Remember, if at any point you start to feel dizzy, you start feeling like you're losing balance, please go down to child's pose. Again, we're working our way up to 30. There is no expectation. I've talked about the difference between intention and expectation, that you have to do the 30. You do what your body is telling you to do tonight. All right, inhale, arms come up overhead. And exhale, we bend at the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down to the mat, step the feet back. You lower the chest down towards the mat. Inhale, lift the chest down, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet. Hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees, you press through, lift the arms up. Exhale, moving right to the next one, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, walk the feet back, lower the body down toward the ground, uncurl the toes, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the hips, facing dog. Inhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing through the feet. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step, hop, or walk the feet back. Lower yourself to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes. Press the hips up towards the sky. Closing dog. Go ahead and drop those knees down to the mat. Toes can come together. Dropping the hips down towards our feet. And do a nice child's pose for 5 breaths. If you need water, go ahead and grab your water. If you need to hang out here for a little longer, please do so. Just listen to your body as you go through the series. All right, coming back onto our hands and knees here, pressing through our feet. We're going to curl the toes, lift the hips up as we press through the hands, downward facing dog. Next exhale, place the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet, rise up to standing. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, palms come together as they travel down through the midline of the body. They come in front of the heart or the sternum. Just hang out here for a second. Finding your breath. All right, inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the hips down towards the bottom. And next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet to rise, hands come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, bending at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat, step or hop back, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, rest of the hands, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet as you rise, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, bending at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes. Lift the hips, dog. Inhale, step or hop, next exhale, step or hop, feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet as you rise up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back, lower to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips up over the sky, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet as you rise, arms come up overhead. Moving right to the next one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes. Press to the hands, you lift the hips, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet, bend the knees, rise, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat, step or hop the feet behind you, lower down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press the hands, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop, feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet. Root to rise, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Last one of this round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back, lower down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Go ahead and drop, knees out wide, toes come together. Drop the hips back towards the feet to a child's pose. Start to feel the heat generating in the body. If at any point, that's why I love Sun Salutations, you feel the body begin to become stressed, now you can always come back to the breath, and the breath is super connected to the body. It's absolutely amazing. Checking in with your body, where you're at. Pressing through the feet. As you come up onto all fours, curling the toes, lifting the hips up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing through the feet, arms come up overhead. Exhale, palms come together. As they travel, the hands travel through the midline of the body, coming in front of our heart. All right, moving into our fourth round with 5. You got this. Remember, if you need a break, please take a break. Get some water, go into child's pose or whatever pose works for you. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back as you lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes. Press through the hands. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet, slight bend in the knees, arms come up overhead. Exhale, move right into the next one, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down to the mat, step or hop the feet back, lower down. Inhale, press through the hands, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press through the hands, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat. Step or hop back. Lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press through the feet, lift the hips down, facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet to rise. Arms come up overhead. Move around to the next one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Lower down. Inhale, baby cobra as you lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes. Press to the hands, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Next exhale, step or hop the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, bend at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down. Uncurl the toes, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the head. Downward facing dog. And next exhale, step, walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing through the feet, arms come up overhead. Exhale, last one of this round, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down to the mat, step or hop the feet back, lower down to the mat. And curl the toes, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, press through the hands, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Go ahead and drop those knees out wide. Toes come together, coming into a child's pose. Apologize for my puppy. He's very excited. Grabbing some water if you need it. You all are doing amazing. Reminding yourself that we're taking one sun salutation at a time, one breath at a time. All right. Pressing back to the tops of the feet, coming up onto our hands and knees. Curling the toes underneath the feet, pressing through the hands as you lift the hips up to the sky. Downward facing dog. Your next exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet, arms come up overhead. Palms come together. Exhale, lower the hands down the center line. As you can hear, my puppy is very excited. All right, last round. So remember, if you need a break, please take a break. Do what you need to do for your body. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Reaching to the fingertips. As you exhale, lead with your chest, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower the chest down to the mat in your way that you need to. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, press through the hands, lifting the hips, down facing dog. Your next exhale, step, hop, or walk the feet behind the hands. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet to rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, press to the hands, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. And next exhale, step the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Lower down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, press through the hands. Downward facing dog. Your next exhale, step, hop or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower the chest down to the mat, downward. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes. Press the hands, down, facing dog. Next exhale, step the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press to the feet, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat, step, hop the feet back, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, pressing the hands, lift the hips down, facing dog. Next exhale, step, hop or walk to the feet, find the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down to the mat, step or hop the feet back, lower down the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the toes, press through the hands, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. And then exhale, step, hop or walk the feet behind the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press through the feet, arms come up overhead. Exhale, palms come together as they travel down through the midline. Hands can come out of our side. Here, if you would like to go ahead and come down to the mat into child's pose, I invite you to do so. You can stay here and standing with me. Noticing how that practice went for you. Noticing the sensations in your body. All right, we're going to go ahead and meet. Actually, let's do a forward fold. So we're going to inhale, arms come up overhead, and then exhale as we forward fold, bending at the waist here, slight bend in the knees if you need it. Just hang out here for a minute, maybe rock from side to side. Landing the hands onto your mat. We're going to come down on our hands and knees here. I'm going to switch sides. Show you. We're going to move into thread the needle. So identifying that right hand now. We're going to take that right hand and we're going to gently slide it underneath that left armpit across the body, dropping our right shoulder down to the mat, our right ear down to the mat, and maybe the hand comes out to support us at the top of the mat, our left hand. And we're aiming to stretch out our right side of our lats, our right side of our shoulders. Your next inhale, sliding that hand goes out in front of the body, back underneath. So the wrist is back underneath the shoulder as you press up to rise, sliding that right hand back out from underneath the left. We're going to switch sides. I'm going to turn so I'm not facing away from you. So aligning our right wrist underneath that right shoulder. We're just going to slide that left hand underneath the right armpit with the fingers pointing away from us as we lower our left shoulder down to the mat. We can either keep our right hand where it's at, or you can place that right hand towards the top of your mat for just a little bit of extra support here. You all did really, really well. I know I'm tired. Sliding that right hand back so the right wrist underneath the right shoulder as you press up. Sliding that left hand out from underneath you. All right, from here, we're going to slide our right knee behind our right wrist, and then turning our our right ankle or our right foot towards our left hand. So we're coming into a lunge. I'm going to turn and face you so that it makes sense. You can kind of see it. So our right knee is behind our right wrist. Our right foot comes towards our left wrist. I'm going to hold here in this pigeon pose. You can either stay upright, your chest open, or you can slowly walk the hands out, maybe come down on the forearms. I'm going to take 5 breaths here. Allowing the neck to hang heavy. Coming back onto our hands if we're on our forearms. Untuck that the left toes. Lift that left leg off the ground as you slowly slide that right foot out from underneath the left side. Coming back onto our hands and knees here. Maybe doing some hip circles here. So allowing the hips to drop to the left and then coming to the right. Gently rocking from side to side. Maybe you do a little dog tail wag, right? Moving on to that next side. So sliding our left knee behind our left hand or the wrist, and then slowly bringing that left foot over towards the right. So we're trying to align our shin with the top of our mat. If it doesn't align, do not force anything. Just go over your body, allowing you to go. If you need some extra support, you can always take a blanket or a block or a bolster and place it under that left hip to prop yourself up off the ground. Your toes on your right side are untucked and nice and flat against the mat. The top of the foot is on the top of the mat. I'll leave you in silence for the next 3 breaths. If you would like, again, come down to those forearms. Invite you to do so. Coming back up onto your hands here. Going to gently press our right leg up off the ground as we slide our left leg out from underneath us, coming back into that tabletop pose. And then we're just going to turn over onto our backs and slowly lower ourselves down. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. We're wrapping our arms around our knees, rocking from side to side here. And allowing the knees to fall out towards the right. Maybe you hear a little snap, crackle, pop. Left shoulder. We're aiming to keep that left shoulder grounded towards the mat. Maybe holding on to our knees with our right hand. Not forcing anything, however. Inhale the knees back towards the center. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. We're going to exhale, dropping the knees out to the left this time. Keeping the knees bent, stacked on top of one another. If that's not in your practice, you can always offset the knees so that right knee can kind of be over to the side while the left knee is on the ground. And our right arm is extended out to the right. And whatever's comfortable for you, so maybe adjusting where your arm is on your mat. Inhaling, coming back to center, hugging the knees in towards the chest one last time. Exhale as you allow the feet to drop down to the mat, moving into our final resting pose, Shavasana. And please do not skip this pose. It's probably the most important pose that we do in our practice, as it allows our body to feel the effects of all of the movement that we just did. It allows the mind and the body to connect to one another. So finding a nice, comfortable position. Maybe you grab a blanket and put the blanket up underneath the knees for just a little bit of support. Or maybe a pillow behind the head. I'm going to come to a seated position while you all rest. And I'll do a short guided meditation, or a guided body scan, excuse me. So bringing our awareness to the top of our head, relaxing tops of our head. Next, relaxing the forehead and the eyes. Relaxing the backs of our head. Relaxing our jaw and our tongue. Relaxing our throat. Relaxing our chest. Relaxing our shoulders. Relaxing our arms, our biceps and triceps. Relaxing the elbows. Relaxing the forearms. Relaxing the wrist. Relaxing the fingers. Relaxing the chest again, feeling the chest sink into the mat. Relaxing the belly. Relaxing the hips. Relaxing the thighs. Relaxing the knees. Relaxing the calves. Relaxing the ankles. And lastly, relaxing our feet. I will leave you in silence for the next few minutes as you relax the body and feel the effects of your practice today. I will gently bring you back to the space when that time is up. Begin to gently wiggle the fingers and the toes bringing awareness back to the body, back to the breath. Making any small movements in your body to gently wake yourself up. When you're ready, bend the knees towards the chest. And then dropping the knees to either the left or the right side of the body, coming onto your side. Placing the arm underneath the head for some support. And gently at your own pace, we'll meet in a seated position to close our practice. You can keep the eyes closed or eyes at a soft gaze. Keeping the hands on the lap or the knees, or you can bring the hands to heart center. Remembering what your intention was that you set for yourself at the beginning of your practice today. And giving yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up today, showing up on the mat. Taking this time to take care of yourself, your mind, and your body. We'll drop our chin towards our chest, bowing to one another, closing our practice in respect for everyone who showed up for themselves and for each other today. All right. That was amazing. So before everyone leaves, I was using today to keep track of my sun salutations. I was using rocks and I was counting with my fingers. So every time I bring my hands up overhead, I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to help myself keep track. And then after we complete a round, I would grab a rock and move that rock from the right side of my mat to the left side. That's something that works for me to keep count if I ever start losing track. So next week, I invite you, since we have 45 sun salutations that we're going to attempt, we're going to practice doing that. So as we build up to the series and we build up to 108, you all have that under your tool belt to use in your practice. So the next week, find some items that mean something to you or something that you want to use for next week. Again, we'll have 45, and I'll let you all know how many we decide to do per round. And then the journal entry for tonight is what came up for me during these 30 sun salutations. So what came up for me during the sun salutations tonight? We have class again on Thursday. Thursday will be more of a yin style class, so more holding long stretches, but we're going to be still using a lot of gear. So those bolsters, those blankets and everything, we'll be using those a lot on Thursday. If you don't have those, reach out to me and I can give you lots of substitutes so we can use as well. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.